Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Our subject matter is Know Yourself, Know Everything. And we will start with the invocation of Kena Upanishad. Please chant everyone. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranas Chakshuhu Shrotram Atho Valam Indriyani cha sarvani sarvam brahmaupanishadam maham brahma nirakuryam ma brahma nirakarot anirakaranam astu anirakaranam mestu tadatmani nirateya Upanishadsu dharmaha te mai santo Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Om Kene Shitam Patati Preshitam Manaha Kena Pranah Prathama Praiti Yuktaha Keneshitam vachamimam vadanti chakshusrotram kaudevo yunakti. It was the question of the student, and Guru replied, Srotrasya srotram manaso mano yad vacho havacham sa u pranasya pranaha chakshushaha chakshuhu atimuchya dhiraha prityasman lokat amrita bhavanti. So our current discussion is going on this mantra. So all men are endowed with a lot of devotion. So the master indicates by means of his tactful answer that the student must prepare himself and be ready for getting himself initiated into a strange land which remains sealed off from the ordinary viewpoint. So, the first and foremost thing of Upanishad is your readiness. How you are ready for listening to the Upanishad. This is like the ultimate medicine. What is that ultimate medicine? That suppose every sick man, why do they go for the doctor? Sorry. The first basic criteria is they want to live. Nobody wants to die in this whole world. That's the first thing. And second thing, that I want to live, but happily I want to live. So, two things can be sorted out only if we maintain a proper lifestyle. If we are sick because of two reasons, first reason is irregular lifestyle, knowingly or unknowingly. Another thing is karma phala, like gene mutation. You have nothing to do with it. It happened to you, just happened. Nobody knows why it happened to you. So our Shastra has a wonderful answer for it. It is a very, very optimistic. Let's see, we are having a lot of many past lives, and we don't know what we have done with these things. But my dear, that effect is here. That is why all the sukha dukkhas you are getting, the sukha samagri you are getting, your wealth, your supportive husband, children, don't you think that it is also a wonderful karma phala? At your age, at your condition, you just look around. Millions of billions of people are helpless, but you are not. So you are seeing that, oh Lord, because of you only I am having this much of problem and of everything else. Not because of Lord, but because of God, we got the support system and we acquire our own karma phala. So, what is the use? The thing is, if you don't want any more life, if you don't want to suffer anymore, so you have to exhaust your all karma phalas in this very life. And it is possible. Our Veda promises that it is possible. Whenever you will have the knowledge of your own self, the proper knowledge, then all the ignorance will go, will be removed, will be just burnt out. And you will not only be free from birth and death cycle, you will be in bliss, the supreme bliss, what you can't imagine even. And when? Not after death. The Veda is promising that you will get it while living. What is that supreme bliss? That not an iota of sadness, sorrow around you can touch you. It's like there is Amphan, terrible cyclone, and you are in a glass house. You can see the devastating cyclone, but you are safe and protected. The cyclone is not touching you. That is called supreme bliss. That is called the Jivan Mukta Avastha. And it is possible. Our Veda and Guru Parampara is promising us. But for that, you need a particular kind of mental readiness. You need a different type of lifestyle, different type of mental settings. And that is according to Veda and according to Guru Parampara. It's not that whatever I think I will live, मेरा जीवन है, मैं कैसे चलूं, मैं कैसे जीऊं, दूसरा लोग बता देगा. इस मेंटल स्टेट में you are not fit for that. You have to come to the Guru Parampara with a lot of humility, humbleness, compassion, respect, reverence for the Acharya, Guru Parampara, Shastra, and Bhagavan. If you don't have, those words will not affect you. Those words will be very superficial to you. So if you want to get effect, you need to have inculcate a different kind of lifestyle prescribed by the scriptures, prescribed by the Guru Parampara and your own Acharya. Sometimes it is common to all, sometimes it is specific, because when our disease is specific, then the medicine will be specific. It will not be common like the other diseases. So, likewise, when you are under the feet of the Guru and the scripture, so that Guru Parampara knows what is your disease and what the lifestyle should be. So, Gurudev here is telling the master indicates by means Ilama Hari Om. We are studying Kenopanishad, mantra number 2. Okay. Jaita and Remika, please try to switch on your video. So the master indicates by means of his tactful answer that the student must prepare himself and be ready for getting himself initiated into a strange land which remains sealed off from ordinary viewpoint. It is thus to alert the student and prepare him for the great adventure of travel to the beyond for the great discovery of truth. That the master has answered the question which is setting, which is seemingly no answer at all. Yesterday we have discussed a lot about it. The answer is in fact intended to the key which opens up a few gateway to the mind's eye of the student. It contains in germ from the whole of the later development of the idea that truth is not that which is heard, seen or understood by the indriyas and the intellect, but it is in fact the seer or knower himself. That is the beauty of Vedanta. The glimpse of that truth we will get in the very first sloka of Drik Drishya Viveka. Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drik and everything. When that verse ends, that the ultimate seer cannot be seen. And that ultimate seer is one. And that is common for all. If it is not, there is technical fallacy, there is philosophical fallacy, then who is the more efficient seer for others? All men are endowed with the divine light, even though they may not be aware of it. Truth need not enter into the soul, for it is there already, only it is lying unperceived है, लेकिन हम लोग पहचान नहीं पा रहा है. There is a famous story, not story, the incident. Once Mr. Amitabh Bachchan was traveling with a gentleman in a flight. And then Amitabh Bachchan was quite popular. And the co passenger beside him, he was not interested in Bachchan. He was merged into a magazine, and Amitabh Bachchan could not control his things. When it was just, landing, Mr. Bachchan by himself told, "Hello, gentlemen. I myself, Amitabh Bachchan." And the person told, "Oh, yes, thank you. Very happy to see you just beside me." And he was hesitating, asking about himself. He told that he may be a very insignificant person. What to ask? He may be, very hesitating one. So when they were just about to leave the station, Mr. Bachchan asked, "May I know you?" And he told that I am Ratan Tata. And they shook the hand. And so, for a long time, he just thought that, oh my God, I may be a very popular person, but so many times I adore him. And I tried to meet him, and I did not know who he was. And for Atma, it is the same thing. It is with us lying, but unperceived. We don't know. You got the point. It is because we don't know who we are, because we are unaware of the indwelling truth that we have, which is generally termed as human nature, the general feeling and experience of limitations and imperfections. The one truth can be known only by one's own spiritual perception. If your guru isn't enlightened, nothing can help you. Only he can help you to guide you how to perceive yourself, how to know yourself, but you have to know yourself by yourself. Suppose you are hungry. The food cannot be served to you. It may be seventh course, ninth course, 12th course, but you have to eat by yourself. Sadhana is like that. The experience must forever remain a gift of one's own self effort. So, in the second part of the mantra, second mantra, Kenopanishad, there is a clear indication that the seeker, after departing from the world, attains immortality. Many masters have applied their minds to this point, and from their mature thought and discussions, two crystallized schools of thought have emerged. One proclaims that perfection cannot be achieved so long as we are living in this physical body. And that a great mind can achieve perfection only by shedding the mortal coil. According to this viewpoint, great men such as Veda Vyasa and others could have attained perfection by causing off their physical bodies. This viewpoint is a very literal word meaning of the Upanishads. He who has made himself fit by self preparation alone can understand what Upanishads are. Upanishads also knew that one day will come in this very world when people will be too much dependent on the scientific research. So they will find that what happens after death, where is the proof? We don't believe in the scriptures. And we found no one who has reported after dying that, yes, my dear, here in the heaven the coffee is wonderful, and in the hell the tea is too bitter. I thought that your mother only cooks the rubbish, but in the hell it is much more rubbish. Nobody. So, what is the proof? That is why Veda Vyas, not only that, the Veda knew. So, they promised everything you will get while living. You no need to leave the world. You no need to leave your mortal body. Whatever you want to get, you will get it while living. Clear? The children of Shruti search the mother and coax the milk of love to flow. They have to nurse and suck at her breast in love and tenderness. Shruti teaches you to walk. She takes you to the inner perception of your intellect first, before you can independently come to grasp the subtlest of the subtle. Clear? When we analyze both schools of thought without prejudice, we come to the conclusion that the Vedantic standpoint of Sri Adi Shankaracharya ji is the correct and most acceptable ones. Certainly, the other school has also gone into the matter with the profoundest thoroughness, but all the same time, its view appears to be a little colored, a little prejudiced, or distorted. There is no scope of thinking tomorrow. Tomorrow is an assumption for us. Those who are preparing himself to live tomorrow, their tomorrow never comes. Live in the present. This is the best gift you have got from the God. According to this school, karma is to be continued till death, and karma is to be accompanied by lessons in meditation called upasana. All these Upanishads are only mantras to be meditated upon. According to them, the Upanishads are not a particular path of yoga, but are only mantras to be meditated upon, but we find Shankara's explanation to be more logical. He says that the Guru must be well versed in the Shrutis, besides being also well established in truth consciousness. Other schools, they think, believe in karma kanda. They think that everything you will get after death. So they do karma kandas whole the day from morning till evening. But it is not possible for a particular person. So they need some break, some tea break, some breakfast, some lunch. At the time of that, how that thing will be continued, then you just read some Upanishad, Kini Shitam Patati Presitam Manaha, like that, like that. It is, they are like the time pass mantra for them. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji told no, they have lost their path. Their goal is not cleared. They have not understood the realm of Veda. Veda and Upanishad itself, they want that each and every practitioner of Upanishad will go beyond Upanishad, beyond Veda. That is the realm of the realization. And that is only possible by sadhana, guided by the Guru who is having the legacy, who is having the tradition, they are having the Guru Parampara, who is well versed in Brahma Vidya, and who got the Adesha that teach and preach the students. As a student, we must believe that they are enlightened, because then only our reverence will be greater and greater and greater for them. Our respect and love and faith will be greater and greater and greater to the Acharya and Guru Parampara. That will help me to realize the truth. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji argues that if what the Shruti says is literally true, means word for word, we cannot expect to get a perfect master or guru, because as soon as the master becomes perfect, he has to die. For only after death he can have the pure experience of truth. This literal, interpretation according to Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is obviously wrong. That it is not the intention of the Shruti is supported by the very style of the Shruti. After realization, if all the realized masters dies, then who will teach us? So the promise of Veda, the Jivan Mukti, is the basis of Upanishadic teaching. That yes, the ultimate truth can be realized, but it is realized only by Sravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam, by an, an eligible student who is endowed with sadhana chatushtaya, and who is having Shat Sampatti, Sadhana Sampatti. If you go for studying in the foreign universities, or if you want to get the loan, education loan in India also, who gets the loan? Do you think who doesn't have money, they get the loan? No, no, no. Who are having the capacity to pay back the loan, they only get the loan. So who is having wealth, they are the eligible one. So as a sadhaka, we need some wealth, that is called Shat Sampatti. विवेक वैराग्य समादमा उपरमा श्रद्धा तितिक्षा समाधान. Viveka Vairagya, Shatka Sampatti, and Mumukshutvam is sadhana chatushta, and Shatka Sampatti means Samadama, Uparama, Shraddha, Samadhan, and Titiksha. That wealth you need. Unless and until you are that having that wealth, you are not entitled to get admitted in that university of Brahma Vidya. Clear? You won't get student loan. First you acquire wealth, then you are eligible for Brahma Vidya. Then what should be the meaning which is must understand from the Shrutis? It is that the mastermind delves deeper and deeper into the land beyond, and if he were to reach the subtler world, he must necessarily leave the grosser outer world. योगा एंड भोगा एक साथ नहीं हो सकता. Light and darkness can't stay together. So you have to leave the idea of the sukha will come from the outer world. हमारा गुरु परंपरा सिर्फ इतना ही आपसे मांग रहा है. आपका कमाया हुआ पैसा, जमीन, जायदाद, घर, बेटा, बेटी, हस्बैंड, वाइफ कुछ छोड़ने का जरूरत नहीं. सिर्फ ये आइडिया, एक आइडिया आप छोड़ दो कि ये मुझे कभी सुख दे सकता है. सुख हमारा अंदर का मामला है. क्लियर? That is called renunciation. That is called vairagya. At least this much you can do. और कैसे आसान कर देगा आपका पथ. So, in order that I may have the consciousness of the homogeneous truth, I must live once forever, at least for the time being, the mortal world of duality and egoism. Unless I surrender myself completely to the holy feet of my Guru, Acharya, and Shastra, complete surrender. Absolute surrenderness is required. Unless I surrender myself completely, I cannot reach the shore of the new realm. In a homogeneous mass of joy, what I sometimes tell, thus, 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 the eternal joy, what you also utter in the form of mantra, Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate, that is thus, 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 thus. That is homogeneous mass of joy, the eternal joy. The bliss absolute can there be a world sorrowful and pain ridden. We, with our vain intellect and mind, start certain, start creating our own pains and sorrows in the world. Thus, we live in the world of false values and false terms, attaching ourselves to things ephemeral and finite, and despair by saying that this is the life destined for us by our Creator, and we will cry forever. Bhagavan is very, very partial for me. Always it happened to me, and the person who are not in the path of dharma, how happy they are. Bhagavan is giving them everything else, and I myself is practicing everything, doing Shiva Visheka Trambakam Yajamahe. I never leave any Mondays and all the Sravana Sambar, but Bhagavan is so partial, always will be complaining. We need, yes, we need a perfect master to guide us. But more importantly, we need a wonderful disciple inside us who is having a complete surrendering to the holy feet of Lord, Guru Parampara, Shastra, and Acharya. Harihi Om Tat Sat.